Alright guys and girls, this is Sean Malkett here. Um, this channel is going to be dedicated to Kratom, all about Kratom. And this is going to be my first video, and in this video I'm going to go over a few things about Kratom with you. I'm going to talk about what it is, um, why I sought out to discover it, what it's meant to me, what I do with it. Quickly, here's just a bag of Kratom, that's what it looks like. And that's just one of the many different kinds of Kratom that I got. That's actually Kratom from a head shop, and you could actually get this at head shops and stuff like that. That's what that is. That's head shop Kratom, 8 ounces. And I also got, well, not right in my, proximity here, but I got all kinds. I got red Bali, I got red Mangda, all kinds of it. I got green vein, red vein, white vein, you name it. That's the kind of Kratom I got. I got every single kind of Kratom. I'm going to go over a little bit about what the different strains mean, the colors. So what is Kratom? Kratom is a plant that's from Southeast Asia. Okay, it's actually related to the coffee plant. Now, Kratom has been used overseas for thousands of years to alleviate pain and stuff like that. And before I get into all this, I wanted to say that this video is for educational purposes only. Okay, that's what this video is about. It's for your education only. I'm not trying to advocate Kratom as far as like you going out and buying it and trying it. I'm not saying that just because I say Kratom did something for me that it's going to do the same thing for you. We're all different. We react to things differently. Can I say Kratom can't kill you? Anything in the world can kill you. A cotton ball can kill you if it got in your lungs. I mean, anything in the world can kill you. So, I mean, Tylenol can kill you, and you buy Tylenol over the counter. So I'm not gonna go into like stuff like that, but about like all the deaths that are reported with Kratom, which there is very few deaths that have been reported with Kratom, and it's pretty much been when Kratom's been mixed with other substances. A lot of times Xanax or a benzodiazepine, or an opiate like hydrocodone, oxycodone, oxymorphone, and stuff like that would be found in the person's system as well as the Kratom. So I ain't saying the Kratom didn't play a role in the death. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that the Kratom deaths that were reported had other substances in their bodies. So Kratom is a plant from Southeast Asia. It's actually the leaf of a tree that's grounded down into a powder. Okay, it's grounded down into a powder, or people from overseas oftentimes just chew on the leaves, and it gives them a relaxing effect, a calming effect, and it alleviates pain, it stimulates mood, and it actually, this is what it's done for them. Keep that in mind. I'm not saying that that's what it's going to do for you. What else? Basically, they had a lot of long work days over there, so they would use Kratom to get through the day, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go into how I found it, how I found Kratom, and why. Why was I searching for, excuse me, why was I searching for Kratom? Back in the day, I suffered from this disease called ulcerative colitis. It basically eats your colon up with ulcers, you bleed, you have all kinds of stomach pain, you go to the bathroom constantly. In a nutshell, it's absolutely horrible. Okay, it's absolutely horrible. So mine got so bad where I had to have my colon removed. Okay, so I had to have my colon removed. I had to have 3 surgeries. My first surgery, they removed my colon, hooked me up with a bag, a poop bag, and basically that was step number 1. Step number 2, they removed my rectum, they cut that out, and they created something with my small intestine called a J pouch, which is basically another rectum that is man-made with your small intestine. Anyway, a lot of surgeries, a lot of opiates you can imagine, a lot of pain pills. I was on a lot of different pain pills, Dilaudid. I was in and out of the ER constantly. So I was getting IV Dilaudid. I was on a machine for a Dilaudid pain pump. I was on that. I was on oxycodone. I was on Percocet. Same thing, just with the Tylenol, hydrocodone, Norco, morphine, you name it. I was on all kinds of pain meds, and keep in mind, guys, my surgeries, this was over about 3 years, not to mention getting pain pills at ERs and stuff like that going in because of my UC, my ulcerative colitis. So bottom line is I got addicted. I got addicted to the pain pills. I was dependent on them, and I basically got sick of being dependent on pain pills, and I started researching what can I take naturally that can help with pain and help with withdrawal. Okay, because I know I'm going to withdraw from these pain meds. What can I possibly do? Because I've tried to quit cold turkey before, and it was just pure hell. I hallucinated. It was just pure hell. I needed something. Well, another long story short, basically I found this herb, this plant, this leaf from Southeast Asia called Kratom or Kratom, however you want to pronounce it. I found out that it had reports of many people getting off opiates by taking this, okay? Because Kratom does stimulate the opioid receptors in your brain, okay? So basically, when you withdraw, let's say you're taking oxycodone, you stop taking it, your brain is no longer being stimulated. Your opiate receptors are no longer being stimulated by the oxycodone. So it's meh, 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 you know what I mean? It's looking for that fix, I guess you want to call it. That's what it's looking for. It's looking for the oxycodone to stimulate your brain, and you feel like crap, and your body makes you feel like crap, and your body's kind of making you take more oxycodone so you'll feel better. Well, what Kratom does is it binds to the opioid receptors as well, but it doesn't do it in the way that Percocet would do, or oxycodone, or anything like that. It does it in a different way. It stimulates them. So by doing what it does relieve the pain, and it also gives your brain that stimulation of those particular receptors, so you go out of withdrawal. And I'm talking, you could be in full withdrawal, puking, nasty, sweating, restless legs, can't sleep. You take Kratom, and again, this has happened to a lot of people. This is what I've read about, and this is what I've experienced. I'm not saying you'll experience the same thing. You go out of withdrawal within 30 minutes. Okay, I didn't believe it. I honestly, I did not believe it. I thought there's no way this herb is going to do this for me that I'm going to buy online. Okay, there's no way it's going to do it to me. Well, it did, and it really did, guys. It really did work. What it did for me was it got me off opiates, okay? It took care of pain where I wasn't having to take pain pills anymore. I have horrible anxiety, okay? I have real bad anxiety. I've, been to psych doctors. I've been on to benzodiazepines, Ativan, Klonopin, you name it, all kinds of them. I can't even remember all the different benzos I've been on before, but a lot of them, probably all of them. And so what this did was it gave me a huge relaxing feeling. It gave me a huge relaxing feeling. It totally took away my anxiety, which I loved. So I was like, okay, I'm starting to really like this plant. This plant has taken away my pain. It's got me off opiates. It's got me out of withdrawal. It's taken away my anxiety. My depression started going away. I wasn't as depressed anymore. And it did bring on a state of euphoria. And I know a lot of people, they always cringe. Euphoria. It's giving you euphoria. That's bad. No, it ain't. Euphoria is a natural thing in your brain. And a lot of people associate that with being high. No, it's not. It's just putting you in a really good mood. It's a good mood um, stimulator. Okay, it really stimulates your mood. It makes you focus more. Um, you know, stuff like that. I still got some of my colitis in me, based on my all right, there's like this little part they had to leave in on my colon, or not my colon, but it's like they call it a stump or something like that. They had to leave it in there, and sometimes that gets inflamed still. But that alleviates the symptoms of that. Okay, so that alleviates the symptoms of that, of my ulcerative colitis symptoms. Um, Now, a lot of you guys and girls are probably wondering, okay, where do you get it? Um, if if you're curious in Kratom and where to get it, guys, I'm not going to advertise on here or anything, but in the description below and in this channel's description, you'll find my Facebook address. Go ahead and message me on Facebook. Let me know you're interested in Kratom, and or you can email me. My email's in there as well. I prefer the Facebook messaging, because it's on my phone. I got the app, so it's just like getting a text message. So contact me one of those ways if you're curious about Kratom and you're looking, where can I get this Kratom? You know, we'll talk about it. Okay, how do you take Kratom and how much Kratom do you take? Well, it all depends on the person. I try to say, if you're going to start Kratom, I take it by the gram. Okay, grams are easier to take. Now keep in mind, once again, this is how I take it. I'm not telling you this is how you should take it. This is how I take it based on the research that I've done and what everybody else, the way that everybody else is taking Kratom. I decided to take it the way they're taking it, and so on and so forth. And it worked out for me, okay? So I used to do it by a method called toss and wash. It's where you would take your amount of Kratom that you want to have, which I started out at 5 grams. Okay, that's what I did. I got a scale and would measure out 5 grams, which equaled out to be about a teaspoon. A teaspoon, not a tablespoon. And what I did was I put it on my tongue, and then I washed it down with pop, orange juice, chocolate milk, something like that, and just kept swallowing and swallowing and swallowing. Kratom is nasty, guys. It tastes so bad. I can't explain how bad it tastes. It really tastes really bad. It clings to your throat and mouth. It gunks all over the place. So what you want to do is wash it down really, really good. Okay, you really want to wash it down really good. So that's the toss and wash method. The onset of effects I would get from after doing a toss and wash method would probably be about 45 minutes. I would probably start feeling the effects of the Kratom. And what do the effects feel like? To me, it kind of felt like taking a Percocet in a way. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. That's kind of like what it felt like. It kind of felt like that, but I wasn't high. I wasn't like, oh, or stoned or stumbling or slurring my speech or anything like that. Okay, and a lot of people that just can't take Kratom, you know, they can't take it and put it in their mouth and swallow it. It's too nasty. They gag. What they would do, and I've done this method too, is they would buy little veggie gel caps, and they would get pill fillers, or you don't even need a pill filler. You could do it, manually. But bottom line is they would fill these veggie caps up. They would cap them, and then they would weigh them on a scale, how many grams was in all the capsules. Usually in one capsule you get about 0.5 grams. So 2 capsules equal a gram. So if you're going for 5 grams, you're going to have to take 10 capsules, okay? So basically what they would do is they would just put the capsules in their mouth, no taste of Kratom, wash it down with whatever beverage they want, and all was good. The onset of that was about 45 minutes as well. It's about 45 minutes before the onset effects would start taking place with the Kratom. Another advice that was given to me is take the Kratom on an empty stomach, because if you don't take it on an empty stomach, you don't get the effects as quick, and they don't come on as strong whenever you do eventually take it. So, okay, so I mentioned the toss and wash, I mentioned the capsules. Here's my preferred way of taking it. This is a way I developed that I liked. I started researching things to potentiate the Kratom to make it stronger, and what I've come across was lemon juice, turmeric, which you could get in capsules or you could get a tea, grapefruit juice, and, you know, anything citrusy. So basically what I would do is I got up to 10 grams of Kratom. You can build a tolerance to Kratom too. So I got up to 10 grams of Kratom, and I would measure it out on a scale, and then I would pour the Kratom into a glass, okay? Then what I would do is I would take 5 sweet and lows, okay, in a packet, the little packets of sweet and lows, and I would put them in with the Kratom, okay? Then I would take a little bit of lemon juice. Now, just a little bit of lemon juice to mix in with the Kratom and the sweet and low, and then I would stir it, okay? Now, Kratom doesn't blend well with water, but it's really cool, because if you take it with the lemon, if you put the lemon juice in it, and you have the sweet and low in there, and you stir it for about 5 minutes, it turns into like a muddy sludge, okay? That's when you know you mixed it together good. It's good to go. And guys and girls, what the lemon juice is doing at this point is it's breaking out, it's bringing out all the alkaloids that are in the Kratom leaf, okay? So it's bringing out all the good stuff, and it's going to make it ready for your body right then and there to absorb the alkaloids instantly, instead of having to go through the whole digestive process and all that. So it's a bigger kick, more of a kick, and quicker of a kick. So that's what it does. So then I would take water, and I would pour water in there, make it cold, stir it. I would stir it for about 3 minutes, and I would chug it. Chug it, I mean, literally drink it down. The lemon juice and the sweetener disguises the taste of the Kratom to an extent, but if you stop and wait and say, what am I eating or drinking, you're going to taste the Kratom, and you're going to want to puke. So smash that thing. Any excess Kratom remaining, just, you know, I suggest at that point putting a little orange juice in there, mixing it up, the remaining little bit of Kratom in there, and washing that down, and that way you get it all. Onset, 20 minutes. The quickest onset. It would kick in pretty fast. And, you know, like if you were having an anxiety attack and, you know, you pop the Xanax, within 20-30 minutes it's working. Within 20 to 30 minutes of doing Kratom that way, it worked for me. That's what it did for me. I said I would talk about the different strains of Kratom and what they're particularly used for, about at the end of this video. And while you guys are, you know, thinking about it, hit the like button if you found this video informative and you like it. Subscribe to me, and make sure you click the notifications button as well, and that way you'll be notified whenever I pop another video up. And I'll be popping up all kinds of different videos about Kratom on this channel. Okay, so yes, the different colors of Kratom. There's green, red, and white. Okay, green, red, and white. White for flight, green for in between, red for bed. Okay, basically white is more of a stimulant that gets you going, stuff like that. It's, you know, that's why they call it flight. Green is a mixture of that stimulant and the sedating effect of a red. Okay, so red is more of a sedating, relaxing effect. And also red is more of the pain-killing properties as well. And if you want, you know, you have insomnia and you're looking for something to sleep, I personally use this for insomnia. Again, not saying it's going to work for you. It worked for me, and it worked for millions of other people out there as well. But a lot of people are taking Kratom now, guys. The DEA has tried to ban Kratom into making it a Schedule I drug. They failed to do so. It is illegal in 6 states. So what you want to do before ordering Kratom, if that's what you decide to do, don't base it on what I said, or I'm not trying to get you to buy Kratom. But if you have questions about Kratom or to get Kratom or anything like that, just message me. We'll have a private chat. But just that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much all I gotta say in this video. And I really appreciate you guys and girls taking your time to watch this video. If you see this on Facebook, share it. Share it. Definitely share it. I'm trying to get the word out there about Kratom and educate people on what it is, and hopefully keep it from becoming a Schedule 1 drug. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Make sure you check out the legality of Kratom in your state or country before ordering any Kratom from anywhere or trying Kratom from anywhere. You want to make sure it's legal, because obviously you don't want to break the law. We all abide the law here. So, alright guys, girls, that's it. Once again, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. And that's all for now. Talk to you later. Alright, peace.